Where's the tap? 19.
It's 59. Like the 59. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Kill.
55.
Hey, turn it up. Hey,
Don't take. Spell.
check 24.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there to bury him for a loss of 11. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And some space here. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game. That they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Texans nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Jones. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
Watch the eye.
Watson. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's go. Number 53, Mike 53.
Third and long, it's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the Texans.
Mike,
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Shoot.
24.
On first down, it's Watson. And the catch made by Johnson.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
26, Mike. 20, yellow.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Being chased out left. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
And a first down, Chiefs.
Yellow. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Yellow, yellow.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
40. Yellow, yellow. Hey, Ripley, Ripley. I'm going I'm coming after you.
Right back to him on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
What's left? What's left?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
At the 6-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Switch it, come on, switch it. Bang, 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 bang. Hit it out. Hayward.
Watson now to throw again. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Watson now to throw. Got an open man. It's QT. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Be good.
Alert.
To the air yet again. Watson. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Mike 53. I'm here all day.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Caught by Cobb. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball.
Again, it's Watson. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
We want it. Come to my work.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half.
And that's caught inside the 30. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. For big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly.
Mike, check, 59.
To throw is Watson. Throwing after the interception. It's complete. Stills. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Watson now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
From the gun, here's Watson. That's complete to Cobb. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
31.
Mike's 59. Silver.
Now a first down throw, Watson. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Mike's 5'9". Mike 5'9". Coming. Check 59. Mike is...
From the 50, it's Watson. That's complete, and once again, it's Cobb. Past the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Stills the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
You're set. 19.
53. Here we go.
Hey, 31.
We got double up.
Let's go.
Watson looks to throw again. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
After the run, Watson going to throw. Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball. He's got daylight. He's at the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check 94.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
59!
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Stop your whining. Let's go, let's go. Who's it? Number 53, Mike 53. I got you.
Line him, go!
Here's Watson throwing on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And it's complete to Kelsey. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And again this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can walk?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Hey, 31.
I'm coming. Check 22, check, Bubba. 22, check, Bubba.
After the interception, here's Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Check 59, Mike is 59.
To throw is Watson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
54.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Watson on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they think that...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Whitney merciless, coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Yellow. 180. Watch the pass. Shoot. 43. 43.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 13.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Mahomes now to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards. And a 1st down.
Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Finding room to the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, Mahomes off. Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Butker's kick here is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
59 points down, he's coming.
Out of the gun, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Watson on target here to Fuller. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it's a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
44, Mike, zoom. You must be
Throwing again on second down. Watson, he'll rifle this one deeper. And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission. I think
you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. This is taken around the 12. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive? And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out here.
And this is caught inside the 5. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play, and even 40 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Finish the game.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown This thing is ugly. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something. Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
55, alert.
That's it. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He gets it to Combs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Mike, check, 59.
Delta. Hey, tank.
Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9". Let's go.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
Operating from the gun. Watson. Now a desperation throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Hey, 24.
56. Mike, 56. Right there.
One last throw here for Watson. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. So long from Houston.